Bloomington, Minnesota. 3 days ago, when the Herald rolled out its impressive Super Bowl special section, some space was set aside for the obligatory staff picks. I weighed in as follows: Patriots 48, Eagles 10, yikes. You'd think this was a score submitted by Pat Patriot himself or members of the End Zone militia, and not by some grumbly sports columnist. It is true many pundits are picking the Patriots to emerge victorious in tonight's Super Bowl 52 showdown against the Philadelphia Eagles at U.S. Bank Stadium. But the projected scores generally portend a close, down-the-wire game, and for obvious reasons all 7 of the Pats' Super Bowl appearances in the Bill Belichick-Tom Brady era have been close, down-the-wire games. Their 5 Super Bowl victories have been by margins of 3, 3, 3, 4 and 6 points, with a 6-point margin being the difference in last year's thrilling comeback against the Atlanta Falcons. As for the Pats' 2 Super Bowl losses in the Belichick-Brady era, they've been by margins of 3 and 4 points. Why, then, should Super Bowl 52 be any different? Here are 3 reasons that have absolutely nothing to do with X's and O's. 1. If Belichick's courtside appearance at a Minnesota Timberwolves game this past week is any indication, the Patriots are ready. Now I'll admit to being shocked by this one. Belichick is the biggest details guy in the history of mankind, and in that spirit you'd think he'd be up all night studying everything from the shoe sizes of the Eagles players to the lighting at U.S. Bank Stadium. You know how we always say the Pats don't get blinded by the lights of the Super Bowl? I can honestly hear Belichick saying, "All right, there's a light at the top of U.S. Bank Stadium at around the 32-yard line that's a little extra bright, so watch out for that." It's possible Belichick stepping out to a basketball game is a ruse, that he wants the Eagles to think he knows something they don't. Possibly. And this leads to point 2. The Patriots really do get inside people's heads, leading these people to say dumb things. Most people are aware the Pats' championship rings from Super Bowl 51 contain 283 diamonds, symbolic of the 283 deficit New England overcame in posting its historic victory over the Falcons. This apparently hasn't gone over well with Falcons owner Arthur Blank, who, according to the New York Times, Mark Leibovich, a former Boston Phoenix staffer, approached Kraft in August and said, "You didn't have to do the 283 in the ring. It kind of pissed me off. Think about that." Blank was standing on the sideline, poised to take part in the Falcons' first ever Super Bowl championship celebration. Instead, he had a front row seat for the greatest comeback ever. And yet months later it's not his team's inability to hold a 283 lead that pisses him off, it's the Patriots and those rings. It's staggering to consider how much sleep people lose obsessing over the Patriots. And speaking of Kraft, point 3. What we're hearing from Belichick, Brady and Kraft suggests that whatever problems they're having with one another are being put aside until after the Super Bowl. I do not believe we're going to be awakened on Tuesday morning to the shocking news that the band is being broken up, Belichick is quitting, Brady is retiring, Kraft is selling. I do believe there's a rift there that'll need to be addressed beginning 20 minutes after the rolling rally has concluded. And yet nothing suggests the 3 men are so ripped apart by all this dissension they can't focus on the Super Bowl. "There's no quarterback I'd rather have on my team than Tom Brady," Belichick said the other day. "I'm glad I have him." It's not just that he said it. It was the way he said it. Even if he did hope to keep Jimmy Garoppolo as his quarterback of the future, it's clear that today, in Super Bowl 52, he's quite happy to have Brady as his quarterback. And it was amusing when Kraft challenged Brady's contention that back in 2000 he never told the Pats owner, "I'm the best decision this organization ever made." Brady is now claiming that what he actually said was, "You'll never regret picking me." In rebuttal, Kraft took a swipe at Brady's age. "When you get to be as old as him, maybe your memory is short," the 76-year-old Kraft said of the 40-year-old quarterback. Brady's age is a major issue inside Gillette Stadium. And yet, here's Kraft, feeling sufficiently glib as to suggest old man Brady is showing up for meetings wearing 2 different socks. Put it all together, and, well, here we are: Pats 48, Eagles 10. Lots of Pats fans have sent along gleeful comments that echo this sentiment. But many Pats fans have angrily weighed in about the dangers of bad karma, whistling past the graveyard, etc. "Don't jinx us," my friend Brad texted me. Whatever. Deep down, you all know I'm right. See you tomorrow.